Oh, you're doing a little video?
Oh, hey. I didn't see you there. How you doing? These are 5 awesome exercises to help you out with your BJJ game. Hey guys, so our first exercise we're going to be working is going to be a dumbbell fly from the supine position on a bench. This exercise is mainly going to be working our pectorals. It's going to be in the transverse plane. Again, here in the transverse plane, this would be horizontal abduction and horizontal adduction coming through. Working our shoulders a lot. Back here, my shoulders pinch, come back. Again, your glenohumeral joint gets exercised a lot. So, let's check it out. To start out, I like to rack my dumbbells on my knees. As I fall back onto the bench, I like to keep my hips flexed, my knees in the exact same position where they are, so the dumbbells end up straight over me without me having to press them up. Here, all the way up. Now, it's important to maintain the 5 points of contact when doing this exercise. Head, 2 shoulders, and 2 feet. I like to hold the dumbbells straight over my head. Now, important note, we want to limit elbow flexion when we do this. If elbow flexion occurs, it becomes a press. We're not looking to do a press, we're looking to be doing a dumbbell fly. So as I come out into an eccentric contraction, the eccentric contraction means the dumbbells come down, right? So this is my eccentric contraction. My pectorals are lengthening. As I bring the dumbbells back up in my concentric contraction, here, my dumbbells, or my pectorals tighten up. Again, eccentric, coming down, concentric, coming back up. Next, we're going to be working with a lateral dumbbell raise, so up to our sides. Our main muscle that's going to be contracting is our anterior deltoid. So as I come up, that's my anterior deltoid contracting to raise my arm. This is, again, affecting the shoulder joint here. My agonist muscles are going to be my lats, mainly. Here, so my lats are relaxed as I come back up, right? As I come up with the dumbbells, and my anterior deltoids contract, all right? This exercise is in the frontal plane, so I like to have a nice loaded base here, tall neutral spine, head up, chest up. Here, as I raise up, this is the concentric, and as I come down, that's the eccentric motion. So the concentric, my deltoid contracts. Eccentric, my deltoid extends. Concentric, eccentric. So our third exercise is probably my all-time favorite movement in fitness. That is the Turkish get-up. It is one of the most dynamic lifts that you can do. And for functional movement, I think it is absolutely unparalleled. Especially for jiu-jitsu when we get stuck in a lot of crazy positions. The Turkish get-up can seriously help us out with that. So the only part I'm going to focus on in the breakdown is going to be the final drive up to standing. All right? So from this half kneeling position, if I want to stand up on this single leg, I need to use my quadriceps, which will contract in knee extension, and I need to use my glutes, which will contract in hip extension. So as I stand up here, my quadriceps contract, my glutes contract to come all the way up to a standing position. Those are my agonist muscles. My antagonist muscles will be my hip flexors and my hamstrings. So again, as I stand all the way up from this half kneeling position, in knee extension, my quadriceps will contract. In hip extension, my glutes will contract. So that those two muscles contracting creates the lengthening of my leg as I drive my weight down into the floor. I come up, my quadriceps contract, my glutes start to contract as I extend all the way out into a standing position. All right? Now, getting specific into the Turkish get-up. What I want to do, first off, I need to rack the kettlebell. So I swing my arm under and I rack it on my chest. The same side leg needs to be up just like this, okay? The opposite hand comes down to the floor at a 45-degree angle. From here, I'm going to press the kettlebell right above my head. The idea is to maintain eye contact with the kettlebell the entire time I'm lifting. So from here, I sit all the way up to my elbow, again, maintaining that eye contact, propping up to my hand. Now, the next hardest part, I have to bridge up, suck my knee under, and now we're in that half kneeling position where as I stand up, my knee extension causes my quadriceps to contract, my hip extension causes my glutes to contract. Those are the agonist muscles. Now, the hamstrings and my hip flexors are the antagonists. As I drive up here, maintain that eye contact, drop back down, find the floor with your opposite hand, back up to a bridge position, drop to your butt, down to the elbow, shoulders, and drop the kettlebell safely. Alright guys, so for our closed chain exercise, we're going to be working with a TRX row. This is going to be working our shoulders and elbows, and especially like the mobility of the shoulder girdle. Alright? Biceps are huge in this. Your posterior deltoids and your rhomboids are three of the main muscles in this, making the anterior deltoids and triceps some of the antagonists, alright? So first thing we need to do is get a firm grip on our TRX. We're going to lean back. What we don't want to see is we don't want to see hips sagging. Even if your spine is erect, we don't want to see shoulders sagging, nice packed chest. Now, as I draw my elbows towards myself, I'm going to supinate my wrists. Dropping down, I supinate my wrists. Now, when I get to the top, that's where we find the pinching of our shoulders. I get here, and I don't just stop when my elbows can't go back any further. I pinch my shoulders. There. Now, the contraction of my biceps coming up, posterior deltoids pulling my arms back, and my rhomboids contracting concentrically as I pinch my shoulders. Now all three of those eccentrically release as I go back down. Again, my biceps, posterior deltoids, and rhomboids contract, and then eccentrically release as I come back down. Just a few more. Alright guys, so for our final exercise, this is going to be an open chain exercise. We're going to be doing a sled drive. So again, our quadriceps and glutes are going to be our prime movers, meaning that our hamstrings, hip flexors, etc. are going to be antagonist muscles. You could also argue that our soleus and gastrocnemius are considered prime movers given the extension of our legs. So ideally, we're going to get the sled with our arms locked out, head up, chest up. Now what I want to do is I want to drive my feet down into the floor. As I press forward, extending my leg, first, my glutes contract as I start to extend my thigh. At the same time, my quadriceps are contracting to create this leg extension right here. So as I drive with my leg, my quadriceps contract, my glutes contract to create leg extension throughout the knee and the hip. Then as I continue to push, lifting off with my foot right here, that's going to be my gastrocnemius and my soleus. Here, driving. Again, my quadriceps, glutes, gastrocnemius, and soleus are concentrically contracting. As my leg comes off the ground, they very quickly eccentrically relax.